Hey, what's happening? It's your muscle building coach, Lee Hayward here, and in this video clip, we're going to cover some questions about the deadlift. Now, a couple days ago, I posted up a deadlift tutorial video, and I have a link to it in the annotation to the side right there. So you can go check that one out if you haven't already done so. And this one is a follow-up answering some of the questions that people posted in the comments. Now, first question. J.D. McNugent says, all you really went over are the setup and the variations. How about specific form tips, like what angle to keep your head, angle and arch of your back, and what points do you use your back, hamstrings, drive your hips, etc. I love your videos, but you could go into a lot more detail on this one. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Very well. JD is calling me out, saying I did a bad job explaining in the other one, so I'll try to do a good job explaining in this one. So, when we set up to do the deadlift, again, I'm not going to go over that because I already did that in the previous video. You want to keep your shoulders back. Alright, so we're getting into the nitty gritty. You want to keep your shoulders at the very most in line with the bar or even a little bit behind the bar. You don't want to make the mistake of having your shoulders too far forward. Like you see right here, look at the angle of my arm. My shoulders are front of the bar, and if you do this, then it's going to cause you to round your back more. You don't want to do that. That's asking for an injury, and it's going to reduce the amount of weight you can lift. So you want to try to keep your shoulders back and keep your head up. So I like to keep my head looking straight ahead at all times, because that will naturally keep your head in line. So again, this is the proper way to set up. Right here, like the shoulders back, all of your weight back, driving through your heels. You want to be pushing your heels into the floor. Some people even like to visualize when they're deadlifting that they're, instead of lifting the bar up, that they're pushing their feet down. So it's almost like driving your feet down through the floor. Like it's just a mind game, but it'll help you to get the proper technique. So drive through your heels, shoulders back, keep all your weight back, because you don't lift up, you lift back. And obviously, if I try to do that without any weight, I'm going to fall backwards. But the weight is going to balance you. So drive to the rear. I'll do a couple reps. Alright, you try to put your shoulders and weight to the rear. Drive through your heels. And as you do that, as you're coming up, force your hips forward. Force those hips forward, you know what I'm saying? Drive your hips forward and your shoulders back, and that will straighten your body out under the bar. Okay, some other questions that were sent in. Brian, he's asking, great video, though you could have mentioned the shoes used for doing deadlifts. Should they be flat-soled shoes, since running shoes raise your heels? Good point, Brian. That is a very important thing when it comes to deadlifting, is you should have flat-soled shoes. I like to wear Chuck Taylor Converse, and the reason is they are totally flat to the floor. There's no arch, there's no cushion, there's no padding, all that stuff. If you have a running shoe with a cushioned heel, that's going to elevate your heel and it's going to throw off your technique. It's going to literally be driving you forward and prevent you from keeping your weight back and driving through your heels. Another thing that it's going to do is it's going to increase the distance, because when your feet are higher, you have further to pull. I mean, that extra inch is like pulling the bar another inch. And another thing that's negative about running shoes is that cushion is absorbing some of the force that you can drive into the floor with your heels. So it will limit some of your max effort weight. So flat sole shoes. You'll often see guys, for example, when they're deadlifting in the gym, they may actually take their sneakers off and just deadlift in their stocking feet. And this is the same idea. You're totally flat to the floor, no cushion, nothing getting in the way of you from doing a proper deadlift. In competition, a lot of competitive powerlifters will wear deadlifting slippers. And it's just a little thin slipper I mean, it's the equivalent of basically having your stocking feet, but quote unquote in a competition you can't have bare feet, so you wear these slippers. And again, same idea, keep your feet as close to the floor as possible without any extra cushion or padding. That's a great question, Brian. Thank you for asking. Another question from Pete. And he's saying, I noticed you didn't show a hook grip. Do you not advocate it? A hook grip is basically using your thumb like a lifting strap. So how it works is you would wrap your thumb around the bar and then your fingers around your thumb. And you would literally squeeze your thumb, and that would kind of, similar to how a lifting strap works, that would reinforce your grip. The problem with myself is my hands are very short, or stubby, that's what I should say. My fingers are short and stubby, so I find it very difficult to wrap my thumb around the bar and to get a good grip with my fingers. I can just kind of like hook my thumbnail, and I don't really get a good solid grip with my fingers wrapping around my thumb. So that's why I personally don't use the hook grip. But if you have larger hands and you have longer fingers, go ahead, try it and see how it works. It is painful on the thumbs. I mean, people who do use the hook grip, it takes a bit of getting used to build up your pain threshold, because it feels like you're going to tear your thumb out of your hand, but you're not. But anyway, it's very painful on the thumb initially till you get used to it. But I don't use it because my fingers are too short and stubby to wrap around the bar. And the last question that I was asked is from Alex, and he's asking, should your legs be below parallel when you start the deadlift? And the answer is no. You don't want to be sunk into like a full squat position when you're doing a deadlift. You want your hips high. And the reason for this is you can quarter squat, right, a lot more than you can full squat. You don't want to be sunk down here trying to do a deadlift. That's just creating a lot of unnecessary movement. So as I was showing earlier in the setup, your hips should be high. This is as far down as your hips need to be, because it's better leverage and it's easier to straighten out and drive your hips forward. So you don't want to be sunk down. There's no need of that, and it's just creating unnecessary movement. So keep your hips high, just high enough so that you can keep a good arch in your lower back. Right there. Right, that's the kind of position you want. So hopefully that helps. Those are some common questions that were asked with the previous video. If you have any other questions that I didn't cover, feel free to post them in the comments below, and I'll chat to you down there, and if needed, I'll post up another follow-up video. In the meantime, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, post it on Facebook, do whatever the heck you want with it. And subscribe for my future videos, and take care, over and out.